Hey everybody, welcome back to the Comic Wall. It's your girl, the Outcast Angel, and today let's talk about issue 5 of The Weatherman. I'm late. I know. I have a slew of comics that I haven't reviewed yet, and I apologize. I know. I'm hoping that by this week, with the incoming new issues coming out this Wednesday, that I can be caught up and then we can put this behind us, okay? But I just wanted to keep getting these series out to y'all. And so, for sure, let me know what series you guys are most interested in that you want to keep seeing me review. So, within these next few videos, I'm going to be releasing this coming week. Comment on them and, tell me, is this a series you really want to see me review in the future, so with that being said, let's jump into it. So right off the bat, we jump into this another story dealing with this guy. All right, I forgot his name. um I guess his name is Jay. I mean, they don't exactly say his name, but turns out uh he's he's part of some kind of gang who he just had him do some pretty nasty business apparently. And so as he's cleaning up, he walks back out to meet with this gang, and we see this array of very interesting characters. One of them not really saying much, the other being some kind of prosthetic nightmare, almost like the Marshal is, and then one that almost looks like a ghost. And so this prosthetic nightmare that I mentioned is saying, like, there he is, howdy, handsome. And obviously Jay isn't feeling it all that much. So she's like, what is it, Jay? Feeling a little sad? And and he's like, I'm good, Metal Molly. Just hadn't done nothing like that before. And that's when she's like, I know what you mean. Randoms aren't nearly as fun. It's better when you know, it's more satisfying when you know who they are. And she pulls a gun on him. And he's a little surprised. And so they end up taking him to this, I guess, some kind of warehouse or some kind of hideout where there's a drain covered in blood. And it seems that they're on to whatever game this guy is playing. He apparently passed their tests, and then they bring in some a very interesting character who puts her hands on his head and can automatically see who he is, I guess. And that's when she says he's MSA, which I'm not too sure what that means. But obviously, they're not too happy with it, and they end up killing him. So yeah, obviously, this person is um some kind of secret weapon for these people. So as this woman is resting after that situation, we see this other woman who didn't have much to say in the beginning, talking to Jenner on the on some kind of hologram. I forgot his first name. I forgot his name. But as we know, Jenner is the leader of the Sword of God, the one who led the attack on Earth that pretty much destroyed it and killed everyone living there. And so she gives a word of warning saying, they're getting closer. We need to be careful, Jenner. And he says, let them come. It won't be long now. And that's when we see Nathan, as we saw him. He's been captured by the Pearl, and uh, and he's being tortured, essentially, being sold to the highest bidder in order to, I guess, virtually kill him in some kind of virtual reality setup or something. Anyway, we cut back to this studio, I guess, where the Pearl is broadcasting out of, and we see White Light come into the picture and throw a hologram in his face of the Marshal, who is saying, we had a deal, Pearl. You get Black alive, and then he's mine. You didn't say nothing about no damn auction. And Pearl gets mad. He's like, that's because I don't answer to Venusian gutter trash. You now do your job, or yours will be the next contract I have Render here execute. And then we see this giant, just weird mess, honestly. And he just destroys the hologram like nothing. So obviously the Pearl's not messing around, and he's not playing very fairly, obviously. And so uh, now we cut to Agent. I forgot her name, but Amanda, Agent Cross, who is talking um, to Garren, the I guess the Black Ops guy, or the I don't know what to call him. I don't know. He's some kind of soldier that kind of works off the books now, and so um, that when we met him last issue as well, and so um, Amy has Garren going after someone named Oren Wetzel, um, and so turns out that Amanda's going after Nathan while Garren's gonna go after Aaron or Oren, and so before she can get to her ship, Garren closes the door on her, saying, um, like, "Stay here. Sounds good. It sounds to me like that Nathan guy deserves what's coming," and he's warning her, "Don't get on that plane. Believe me, I want you far away, but not that far. Especially after knowing what the Pearl can do or will do in order to get his way, you know?" And so Amanda is pretty set on getting Nathan back. She says, "My superiors tasked me with protecting that man. He's the key to stopping a second attack like the one on Earth. Everyone who knows how valu- everyone who knows how valuable he is, and that I'm even on this mission, is dead, killed by the sword of God's plants by the MSA, by in plants in the MSA. Plants in the, oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, she convinces him to open the door, and that's when he goes up to her and gives her, I guess, his dog tags, I guess, and he says, "Here, your tether. Been holding on to it since we were together. Can't save everyone." I think it might actually be her dog tags. I can't remember, but um, now we flash back. Well, go back to the Pearl and this studio where they have Nathan hooked up to all this mechanical stuff, this machinery, and um, apparently Pearl has known about Nathan's little memory wipe for quite some time now, and he continues to say, "Sure, operating on a fringe science lab on a frontier planet specializing in safeguarding information sounds like a great idea in theory, but then people like me get curious, and let's just say that everyone has their price. Even you, and that price is currently at..." Ooh, that was a big number. Anyway, he continues to say, "I thought people despised me. How does it feel to be the most hated man in the universe, Mr. Black?" And that's when Nathan asks, "Why are you doing this?" And that's when Pearl goes into it saying, "I suppose I could ask you the same question. Besides the fact that I'm about to become a hero to billions of Martians and the wealthiest man of all time. Turns out, of course, the Pearl was one of the many victims of the attack on Earth that killed a lot of his of his loved ones. And so, of course, this is a personal vendetta. This is, of course, as everyone else, everyone lost someone on Earth, but this is a personal vendetta against Nathan, and a way to get rich quick, apparently. So, um, so he continues to say, um, "I'm giving you back to the people from whom you've taken so much." Lily's snoring, sorry. "I will use this money to find the rest of your friends in the SOG, and we will share in the joy of tearing the life from your bodies over and over again." And so he puts on the mask and goes back on camera saying, "Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the murder sale of the century." Jeez, man. I guess people will do anything for money. And so um he ends up saying, "Here's a preview of what you stand to win." And we see this one woman who obviously lost a lot, lost people in the attack on Earth, her husband and her daughter. And she even plants a kiss on the Pearl's cheek, and he's like, "Seriously, don't do that again." Anyway, um, and she's barking in her sleep. How adorable. They hook her up to this machine where they link, I guess, hers and Nathan's consciousness, and when he presses this big red button, of course, Nathan's transported to this, I guess, virtual setting where he's like, "Yep, just sitting in this old timey kitchen all of a sudden, nothing weird about that." And that's when this woman busts in like some kind of righteous angel of heaven and says, "Welcome to everlasting death. Now burn in the fires of divine justice." Jesus. Anyway, as the Pearl's watching this, someone warns him that, "Sir, we've picked up an inbound aircraft." And then we see White Light getting into this weird looking ship. Um, I guess getting ready to, well, obviously go into action. And we see Amanda Cross's ship coming into this base that the Pearl is operating out of. And that's when we see White Light has joined the frame in attacking Amanda. And so this dogfight ensues um, where Amanda's just like, "Fuck you, bitch, let's go." And White Light is freaky, dude. She just ejects herself out of her ship, jumps onto Amanda's ship, and destroys it, causing it to crash down to the ground below. And then we cut away from her to see this scientist that Garren was looking for, um, Oren Wetzel. And Garren has obviously made his way over there, so he pulls him out of the lab, and he's trying to reach Amanda, which of course she's not going to respond because she's a little busy right now. And Garren has some kind of bad feeling, and that's when we see this crosshair aimed at him from very, very high up above. And then we cut to the marshal who's getting ready to jump out of a ship. What's with people jumping out of ships? Jeez. And he looks at a picture on his locket before jumping the out of this ship, like high above the a planet in the first place. Anyway, um, we see this incoming call from Garren, which Amanda ends up hanging up on as she tumbles her way out of the wreckage of her ship. And then we cut to the Pearl, who's counting down the final bids of this auction. Um, and it's just there's just a whole lot of chaos. We see Nathan getting burned up in the virtual setting. We see this storm brewing above Garren, and then we see the marshal just crashing down, seemingly in this storm as well. And then of course, White Light is getting ready to attack Amanda, and as the countdown finishes, there's a crash above the Pearl studio, and we're flashing back to Garren's side. Turns out it's just a normal storm, and turns out the marshal wasn't getting ready to attack Garren. He actually jumped right down on the Pearl and sliced him right in half. So I guess it's safe to say that the marshal doesn't really like to be told what to do when it doesn't um, line up with his interests. And then we see Render back in the background. Doesn't It's kind of hard to read him with no face, but yeah, he's the Pearl's pretty much done for, and so that's the end of this issue. And with issue 6 coming up this week, I'm really excited to see how this story arc is going to close up. And I think we don't get more Weatherman until next year, which we're not getting a lot of series until next year. A lot of people are trying to catch up. So, yeah, this issue was intense, and I can't wait to see where we go in issue 6. So, of course, keep an eye out for that video. It'll be coming out hopefully sometime this week. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, drop a like, show the love, hit that subscribe button to get more of my videos, ring the bell to get notifications on when I post new videos, so that way you guys stay updated and don't miss out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.